Yep, you heard it. Another video game video. Yeah. Now, I'm a gamer girl, to a certain extent. I've owned quite a few old-time consoles, such as the SNES, the N64, which unfortunately the poor thing died. May God put that poor thing's soul to peace. And to all my time favorite console of all time, the GameCube. And I own both a GameCube and a Wii. No applaud for redundancy on that one. But what this video is going to be about is I'm pulling some of my personal favorite games off of Game Informer's 200 best games. It's going off right off of their magazine that they put out. It was their 200th issue. I don't remember when they put this out. Sometime back. I'm just getting around to it because it's fucking midnight and I have nothing else to do. Alright. One game, and these are all games that I've played or have heard good things about them or watched them and whatnot. Their top game, and one of my favorites, Legend of Zelda. You couldn't get any more classic except for playing Mario, which still haven't really played that much. Legend of Zelda. Probably the hardest game for me when I was a kid. Even though we did get kind of late because my parents don't have good fundings, but oh well. Seriously, I still have not beaten this game to date. I have it on the collector's disc for the GameCube. And I haven't touched neither my Wii or GameCube in over a month, but that's besides the point again. The dungeons layouts are just magnificent. I would die if they made an exact remake of this game. No other side plots or missions or whatnot. Just straight getting the pieces of the Triforce, going defeating Ganon in the last dungeon, and getting saving Princess Zelda. No side stories, none of that bullshit. And me, the biggest game, Legend of Zelda game for me was Ocarina of Time, because I grew up with it. Though I also did grow up with Duck Hunt, but that's besides the point. We'll get to that later. This game has a lot of memories, especially with my brother trying to help me beat it. He was the one that beat it. I just watched him do it. I myself haven't beaten the game yet. Moving on. I'm just going. I have the magazine right here, so no worries. Super Mario Bros. 3. This one was a personal favorite of my mother. She loved this game, and I'm trying to get it on Virtual Console for the Wii, but I haven't had enough money to get the damn Nintendo points card. Seriously, I don't think Nintendo was running out of ideas when they did this, but it's still a pretty awesome game. Just awesome. Nothing more to say about that. And I don't want to get into a rant. Mrs. Pac-Man. Favorite of my aunt. For the love of God, I love Pac-Man. And Mrs. Pac-Man makes it even better for us women because we can actually play this without being harped on. Saying, oh, it's just a ladies' game. It's like, dude, I'm a gamer. STFU. Not more to say about that. Number 12 on Game Informer's list. The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. I've played Parallel Worlds. I have beaten Parallel Worlds. Parallel Worlds is hard. For some unknown reason, I still haven't beaten A Link to the Past. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the Zora slippers cost 500 fucking rupees. I don't know. Maybe it's just oh yeah, school. Never mind. That's one reason why I haven't beaten it yet. The other reason is procrastination. There are always other games that catch my attention. I have a kind of a short of attention span, so I get off topic quite easily. If you see my other videos, then you would know that. Alright. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. See, getting off topic. Dum-de-dum. Oh, yes. Ocarina of Time. Probably one of the best N64 games. I've played Master Quest. Haven't beaten Master Quest because I'm just a derf. I have Ocarina of Time on the collector's disc yet again. It is just such an awesome game. It's kind of scary when you're playing it when you're only like 5 years old. But it has the most amazing plotline, but it has a lot of side quests, and I'll get into side quests later with another game of mine. The plot was just amazing, and time traveling, and me being a fan of age progression and all that shiz, it's just a fucking awesome game. I just love that game. Moving forward. Oh, feel free in the comments below to, voice your opinions on what game you like. And a lot of these are classic games. And I don't really care if you talk about Halo Reach or Black Ops or anything like that. I don't care. Just comment. I love to hear opinions from the peoples. Alright. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh god, I'm gonna get flamed for this. I am a major Sonic fan. I even have a Sonic plushie. I have a lot of games. I grew up with Sonic. Don't shoot me for that. Which ended up in a lot of competition between me and my brother because my brother was a major Mario fan when we were little. My brother being 4 years older than me, he's played games a lot longer than I have. But this game is most nostalgic for me. It's easiest for me to play. I beat it a lot of times. I just love the game. Hooray for the Genesis, and hooray for Sega, who's now a third-party console peoples. I don't know. I lost my thought there. Number 37 on Game Informer's list is SimCity. I remember back in 6th grade playing this game when I had the free time during computer class. All of us would play this non-stop. It was one of the best games that we had at school that wasn't really a learning game. Not really big on learning games, but they'd help. Seriously, you ran your own city. Mind you, this is a PC game. It's one of the best PC games I've played, other than either The Sims or Spore. I own both those. But I remember being at home playing SimCity and just playing for hours and hours. It's just such a fun game. Alright, number 38 on Game Informer's list is Mega Man 2. I never really got into the Mega Man games until some of the later games came out, like Mega Man. The X series is what got me into the series. And also partly from Nintendo Capri Sun's Let's Plays of the Mega Man series. And NCS, if you are watching this, I love your videos. Yes. A lot of these games are just too epic for me to comment on. Oh yes, the one series that I am most known for at school, Pokemon. Pokemon Red and Blue. I used to own Red. Best game ever. I don't know how many times I've performed the Missing No glitch, but it helped. I've performed the Mew glitch. That helped as well. It's fun. And yet this is coming from a nerd. Yeah, excuse that comment. I'm currently waiting for Pokemon Black and White to come out at the time of making this, and the date's about to roll over. Hooray for fucking recording at midnight. I grew up with, yet again, I grew up with Pokemon. I just grew up with it. I'm currently waiting for Pokemon Black and White to come out. And also commenting in below, out of all 600, I think it's 649, yeah, out of all 649 Pokemon, tell me which one is your favorite. And I know a lot of you are going to say Pikachu. And don't say that because of a Brawl standpoint. You had to be, like, true Pokemon, not exactly a true Pokemon fan, but, like, if you do choose either Mewtwo or Jigglypuff or Pikachu or Lucario or any other Pokemon, list your reason, and if it's because of Brawl, say another reason why you chose that Pokemon. I'm a Brawl fan myself. I played Melee. I played the original Smash Brothers. Boy, enough said. Super Mario Galaxy. I remember one of my friends got this when this first came out. I was excited. All we did was just sit in the living room, played that, at least until 2:30 in the morning when the power went out. And thank God we saved. We also learned never to play at night during a thunderstorm. But it's an amazing game for the Wii. I wish I could get it now, but no money. Okay, number 63 on Game Informer's Top 200 Games. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is a very odd game and a very scary game. I remember playing this. I own it both on the collector's disc and on Virtual Console. I don't know why I bought it on Virtual Console, but I guess I'm just too lazy to find the disc. I, yet again, still not have beaten this game to date. I don't know. I'm listing a lot of Legend of Zelda games because I'm a major Legend of Zelda fan. I'm upset about that one. Humdy-dum. Mortal Kombat. Any Mortal Kombat game is amazing. I know I'm maybe a little bit young to be in the Mortal Kombat series, but I love it. It helps me vent out anger. Trust me. If you're a kid like me who has anger issues, you're going to want to play a very bloody game. It might not help in the long run, but it helps for that moment when you have anger issues. Trust me. I'm going through this whole shit. Oh, Melee. How you will live on. Oh, Marth. Melee for the GameCube. It's number 86 on Game Informer's Top 200. I played this game. I, literally abused this game until I gave it to a friend of mine. And she lost the disc when she moved. So I've not been able to play this game. I've been hankering to buy it used. Yet again, no funding. To be honest, the controls in that game, the wave dashing and L canceling are, it's just one of the things Brawl lacks, and that's kind of the reason why a lot of people didn't get Brawl. But Brawl's also, Brawl still has its major points for having Sonic, which brought a lot of people closer to Nintendo. And also Snake. There's just too much to say about Snake. He's just that awesome in that box. But, the reason that it brought... Though a lot of true, fighting game people fail. A lot of true Melee fans dropped out from Brawl because there's no L canceling or wave dashing. But what brought a lot of people was the online gaming. That made it amazing to play with people you don't even fucking know. They live maybe even halfway across the world, maybe more. And you could just completely own them. And again, enough said. Looking through. Let us see. Having a hard time finding something here. Going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, there's nothing really else in here that I want to make a real big announcement on, except for maybe Earthbound, which is probably the most hilarious game out, like the most hilarious classic game out there. It is just so funny, and especially with Mr. Saturn. For all you peoples who have played Earthbound, you know Mr. Saturn. And also, too, it's never released in America officially, sibling, Mother 3, and Earthbound is technically considered Mother 2. If you loved Earthbound, you would love Mother 3. Go out there, find the fan translation. It's a Game Boy game. I believe it's Game Boy Color? Yeah, no, it's either Game Boy or SNES, I don't know. I believe it's Game Boy, I'm not sure. I haven't played Mother 3 yet, but I've seen Let's Plays of it. But it is just an emotionally epic game. Oh, moving back a little bit, another awesome PC game which I just want to play, that I haven't been able to in years, is Age of Empires. That was the best. It's close. Age of Empires is the reason why I became so addicted to Spore. Because you just go through history. Games about going through history they're just fun with me. I'm one of those types of people who just can spend hours playing a not exactly too fun game, and yet still have fun with it. Moving back a little bit. Well, maybe a lot. Tetris. If you don't know Tetris, you are fail. I have to say that right now. Tetris is one of those games that has been ported so many times that people get sick of it, but it's still a fun game to play. A lot of the older you can get this on oh god. You get it on Virtual Console. I believe you can get it on PS3 and Xbox 360. I also sort of doubting that because I don't own either of those consoles, because I've never been able to afford them. But if you somehow get a chance to play Tetris, you will be addicted to it. Now, mind you, this started out as a PC game back in the 80s. It is just one of those games that you could play on for hours and not get bored. If you get bored playing Tetris, unless you're me, then go stare at a goldfish or something. I don't know. It's midnight here. I'm getting tired. Can't find words. Other games that I like to mention that I own: Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. That game has to be at least 90% side quest. Mind you, it made a massive jump with the cell shading, and the frame rate is just amazing. I, yet again, still not have completed the game, but the reason is there's so many damn side quests, and the game's so long, it just bored me to death. I even tried playing with a friend to keep me company, and we both got bored. So we went off to watch a movie. It just takes, you have to have real perseverance to play that game, and I vow I will eventually finish that game. It's sitting over there on my shelf. Another game that I would like to mention, and, oh god, Wii Music. You look like a dumbass playing it. If you think you're good, it really depends on that part. That's your own opinion on that. But you really do look like a dumbass playing it. But it's still fun to play, especially when you're, there was one part of the game, and I haven't played the game maybe over half a year. This is part of the game, it's not even instrument improv. I believe it's called. If you just go in there and screw around, you could just make up your own song and play for hours on end, and it would loop. You could just keep yourself entertained like that. I remember doing that one time, like 5 o'clock in the morning, sitting out in the living room, big screen TV, just sitting there playing Wii music. My dad's asleep on the couch. Dad always sleeps on the couch. Doesn't like the fan. But there's no real plot to it. It's one of those games where you could play with your family, have fun. It goes the same with Wii Sports, and I have a very funny story to tell about that. Wii Sports, yet again, you look like a dumbass playing it, but it does get you off your ass, unless you're like me, who finds a way to play while sitting on your butt. Trust me, trying to play when you're right-handed and you're trying to play baseball with a left hand on that game is kind of hard, but you get used to it after a while. The one thing that always caught my family's attention on that game was bowling. Bowling was the big thing on Wii Sports. My birthday, we had just recently gotten, no, it was Christmas, day after Christmas, we were playing with the Wii. No perverted jokes, because I know some of you were going there already. We were playing the Wii, playing Wii Sports. I had to go to the bathroom, and I was too lazy. Like, it was almost my turn. I run to the bathroom, I take the Wiimote with me. Here am I sitting in the bathroom, all the way at the other end of the house, door closed, taking a crap, because I could. My sister yelled from the living room, "It's your turn!" I just go off the sounds of the Wiimote. I roll. When, like, as soon as I heard the pins get hit. Like, by the time I was almost done with the bathroom. I come out, my sister and the rest of my family were staring at me, and I'm like, what? And they said, "You got a strike." I'm like, how the fuck did I manage that? Yes, I got a strike while taking a crap while playing Wii Sports. It is that easy. But yet, it's that comical. You could play Wii Sports with the flick of your wrist. No kidding. I do that all the time with the golf. Humdy-dum. Running out of ideas. Consoles that I would recommend, and I'm now really getting off topic when I started this video. Consoles that I recommend if you really, really want to get back, if you really want a game. Top one I recommend is the N64. There are so many freaking good games on that console that you may never even finish all of them if you just spend so much time on one game. You've got Super Mario 64, you have Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. You have Star Fox 64. To be honest, the best Star Fox game there could be ever. Other consoles that I recommend is the GameCube, because the GameCube has a lot of good sequels to the N64, such as Melee. I mentioned earlier Melee, I'm a big fan. Master Quest improved, Ocarina of Time, and good lord. The Wii is also good. Now, one game that if you have a Wii, and it's to be true, if you have a Wii and you get Twilight, if you're planning on getting Twilight Princess, get the fucking GameCube version. I don't care how much you want to play on the Wii version. The GameCube version is the best because Link is actually left-handed. They completely flipped the game for the Wii to make it compatible with most right-handed people. I played both versions. I honestly prefer the GameCube version because I've always played on a controller. And to play the Wii version, you have to swing your arm around to even swing your sword. You will die if you're really aggressive like me when you play a video game. You will die before you finish it because you will be fucking tired. yet again bringing physicalness, and this is also now starting to turn into a rant, so if you don't feel like hearing me talk anymore, you can leave. Kinect for the Xbox 360. Yet again, modding, it's kind of, in my opinion, it kind of rips off the Wii with the motion sensing, but it has a camera. If anybody remembers the iToy that Sony came out with for the PS2, then you will obviously see that Kinect is a ripoff of the PS2's iToy. I honestly prefer the PS2 over some of the other later consoles. I own a PS2, it's out in the living room. There's just a lot of good games. I never really thought into owning an Xbox 360 or a PS3. I kind of only want the PS3 because it duals as a Blu-ray player. That way I don't have to watch Blu-rays out in the living room. Which means I need to get a better TV in here. The reason that I don't really want an Xbox 360 because it has the highest fail rate out of the next gen consoles, and that's out of the PS3 and the Wii. And the one game that I have played and beaten, and I hate, and I know some of you are going to shoot me for this because of what I said earlier in the video, the one game that I've played and hate is Sonic the Hedgehog that came out on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Why? First of all, the plot isn't really very good. The game mechanics aren't that very good. Seriously, if you're a Sonic fan, I do suggest avoiding this game unless you just want to play Silver's story. Though some people still hark on that game because of Silver. And sci-fi fans don't really like that game much because of time travel and all that shit. But if you've gotten to the final story, you know what I'm talking about when I say I hate that game. Princess Elise kissing Sonic to bring him back alive. Okay. Princess Elise, first of all, is 18. Supposedly Sonic's 15, 16-ish. Pedophilia. Right there. And not also hints at bestiality because Sonic is a hedgehog, mind you. And no, making a hedgehog version of Princess Elise will not help the situation. I've seen fan art of that on DeviantArt before. It doesn't help. Ranting aside, post in the comments your favorite game all time. Your opinions on anything that I have said in this video, and I know it's freaking half-hour long. That's how I rant. I just go on and on. Just post anything that you would like to hear from me or anything, any opinions or anything, I will reply back to you. And if I don't, it's probably because I'm lazy. Just post any kind of comment that you have about this video. If it's too long, or if I could do anything else to it. Nah, I'm getting bored here. Good night, folks. Unknown Bear 2, out.